No mic. All right, hold on a second. I'm going to turn this off for a moment. Mike, can you hear us now? I don't want it. Okay. Now I can hear myself. Are we good?
Did you mute the Yeti mic on the camera too?
Camera.
Now you're there.
I
Maybe we lost
know. Well, what is the echo? Hi, Tamika.
the thing that echoes is it's
You
the
know,
webcam. So if the webcam can be
yeah.
Which camera?
Oh, that's a. Why is that? Oh,
yeah, you've got 3 things going here.
that's why. Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm like, okay, can you still hear us? I am so sorry.
This is why we're live and we can add a second camera in 7 seconds. Why couldn't we?
Why not? But
Why not?
this is, you know what?
Why not?
Just live in the moment, everybody.
Okay.
Live in the moment. Okay, so we're all okay again.
Okay, let's start the show. Hi,
Yes.
welcome to Tea Chat.
Okay.
I'm Sheila. This is Julie.
Hi. Well, if you don't know, we have a YouTube channel, and I'm actually pretty up to date with uploading our shows,
You're the best.
with also the questions that we're talking, or the questions and the topics that we're talking about. But today we're going to do a cupping of the Nepalese teas, which is so cool.
Yep, there it is. We're all
Right.
ready for you.
So we will begin again because you are part of the International
Tea Cuppers Club.
Yes.
International Tea Cuppers Club. It's
Whoops.
one of the wonderful tea importers, tea mentor, tea teacher, Dan Robertson, who's in he's actually in Naperville, Illinois.
Oh, cool.
Met him he doesn't even know who the hell I am. Met him many years ago. I've attended several of his classes, the World Tea Expo. He started this Tea Cuppers Club, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of it. Unfortunately, I haven't really been a good member because the last couple of cuppings, I couldn't taste the teas. I had like a sinus thing happening.
Yeah.
And then I started a new medication, so everything tasted metallic. And so I haven't really participated much, but I sure do love getting all the samples. So, but I'm excited about this one. But before we begin, what's going on in the tea world?
Well, in the tea world of TeaLula, so we have a few announcements. Our chai is ready. It's been ready for about an hour. We have our oat chai, the traditional chai with chocolate. I am drinking I was drinking chai with a shot of matcha.
Oh,
it's a dirty chai. Like, I've never
had it. Don't we call that a New York chai?
New York chai, whatever it is, right? What's the dirty chai then? Or is that the same?
I think it's New York.
Oh, okay. I'm like, unless there's like a splash of coffee. I don't know. But last week, everyone told me to try it. I'm like, it's delicious. But I had to stop because we're going to be doing a tasting, and this is very peppery and spice, and so it was kind of messing with
adulterate your palate.
Exactly. So if you know you're going to do a tea tasting, make sure that, one, you've brushed your teeth like well before your tasting. Probably don't have on strong perfumes.
No perfume.
Right, because that also affects
your olfactory system.
There you go.
Stinky hairspray.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't drink anything don't taste or eat something that is very strong.
Right, because it'll affect how you taste the teas.
So,
I'm just going to move this up because this might be easier for you to use. So you can move this all the way up, so then you can kind of hold it.
Oh, see, new contraptions, guys.
Yeah, that goes on. So that's a cool thing that goes on your. It hooks to your monitor so that when you're talking, doing Zoom calls, you're looking at like the people, not up and down and all around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do the Zoom call every Tuesday, and I got tired of like doing one of these.
Like, where's the camera?
Yeah. So I'm like, So that's if it's a gizmo, and it's.
So that's who needs to serve you.
I love that.
Ads.
So you can sit up there. It's very cool.
Oh, very neat. Well, we're gonna use this as you know, we're doing the teacupping here. What is this?
Sweet potato pie
Oh,
tea.
that sounds
Just
good.
the sound of that's like, bring it.
I would like that.
Dessert
I would like that.
in a cup.
Mike, that's a good point. Now, if you're also doing a tea tasting, don't cook.
Oh, right. Your
Before,
home,
right?
like your environment. So, like, we do have some interference today with the smell
Yeah.
of varnish. But
Oh,
my
yeah.
husband would
See, I
say
could
that's the
show.
smell of progress.
See, because look, guys, this is
where we broke the wall down.
Right.
So you can
we're
see
here.
we're still not ready. There you go. We're getting there.
All right.
How about that?
But the cabinetry was varnished. Cabinetry and millwork, meaning like the trim, the doors, all that. And so it's a little
pungent.
Odoriferous. Odoriferous. I was like, that's okay. We're like cosmically linked here. All right. What else is going on? So, okay, chai.
Mm-hmm.
We are still having people in on weekends only.
Yes.
Right? So Saturday and Sunday.
And as soon as, unfortunately, they're coming back next Wednesday to restain. And
shoot.
Decided I didn't like the color of the paint in the kitchen.
So, wait, which?
The pink.
Really?
Yeah, it's going green, like a light. You'll see. I have samples up. It's just too muted. Our chef wanted a bright green door and window trim.
Which is fine.
Which is great because if it helps him make beautiful things, delicious and beautiful tea, afternoon tea food, I'm like, we'll paint it whatever color you want. Well, it's called Once Upon a Time Green. Let me tell you, it's greener than the green on your Welcome to Tea Chat. It's green. So we put this really soft, muted pink because he had requested that. And then when you saw the muted pink against the bright green, I'm like, I just can't. Every time I walk in there, I'm like, it's not right. So he was just here.
It's lighting and
So he's just here, and so he approves of the change in color. Okay. Like, as long as he's happy.
Right. Got to make chef happy.
Yeah. Although I have to say, you've got to come to TeaLula, not just for afternoon tea, but you got to see our bathroom. It is just.
Remember the whole discussion on the urinal? So now we can talk about that. Maybe I'll take the camera in later and we can do a little behind the scenes.
We're trying to camouflage that hot mess.
It's fine.
It's the color and the tile. It's just, I tried to make it so that it was just lovely. So your entire experience coming for tea will be lovely.
You are such a great host.
Inclusive if you have to go potty. It's just going to be.
Yeah. It's okay. So before we go completely off the rails more, the what you call it, job opportunities that are available. It is on the website. It is live. There's been a great number of people looking. I don't know how the applications are coming in.
Actually, I already have an interview for Monday.
Well, there you go. So thank you for spreading the word. Thank you for looking.
So if you've already looked at it, we actually changed. So we have this process by which we run the store, and everyone has like a position. So we have an integrator, we have an operations manager, Julie's our social media manager. Well, operations manager wasn't really the right title to put out in public. So it's really our store manager position.
Okay.
So that's what the ad, it's changed from when I previously posted it.
So okay.
It's all been updated on all the places, but if you just go to TeaLula.com, go all the way to the bottom of our homepage to the footer, it'll say like job opportunities. Yeah. There are links also like LinkedIn on our page. I think a few people have reposted it or shared it, which is great. And so those links will take you directly to the job opening page. You don't have to scroll. It's really simple. But yeah. All right. Anyway, so spread the word. We were really looking for someone, a permanent part-time person who just wants to come and be a part of our growth and all the wonderful things that we're trying to accomplish here at TeaLula by sharing our world of tea. Cool. So, and it's just fun to hang out and drink tea. It is fun to hang out and drink tea, which is what we're going to do now. Look at that segue. I know. So smooth. So smooth. It's like we rehearsed. We don't. Which is that's what makes it fun. Isn't that the word organic? Organic. That's what my father-in-law would say all the time. It's organic. Right. Meaning it just kind of happened by accident, I guess. You just do the things. Yeah. No, one foot in front of the other. You just keep going. Keep going. And no, I'm looking forward to this. So we have to do this
per their protocol, right?
Right. We definitely have to follow it. So there is some serious paperwork that goes along with the professional cupping.
Would someone in the industry, like as a professional taster, say for, you know, Starbucks has their teas and like coffee bean and tea leaf, do they do a similar protocol?
Everyone should be doing this if they're bringing in tea.
Could you just walk us through really
All right,
quick?
so first of all, this is
Okay.
the setup for the professional
Okay.
cupping. So what we have is a 3-piece cupping set. So you have the brewing vessel, our lid, and then the bowl. I should go this way. Yeah,
Either
there
way.
we go.
Yeah.
So there we are. So what we're going to do, and do you want me just to start?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
sure.
So let me tell you a little bit about the tea. So the first tea on our cupping today is called Nirvana White, and this is it's an organic garden after slashing the bushes in 2000. So basically, you cannot convert a conventional tea garden to organic according to the rules because they need nitrogen in the soil. So you have to recondition everything. So that's it.
What was that?
Has been,
Okay, no,
we
still on.
We just went away.
That
somewhere.
is bizarre.
So anyway,
it needs nitrogen.
So it's been at least, so in 2020, so now that it's 2023, when I would evaluate if someone is now organic, 2020, like that they started this 23 years ago, is a really good thing because it takes years to recondition the plant or to plant new plants and get it all going in an organic manufacture. Again, the other beautiful thing about this, it's hand plucked. The bush is young, and that makes sense because of going to organic cultivation. It's 7 years old, Camellia sinensis, which means it's the Chinese varietal of the tea plant. So it says it's fully organic. Nothing was cultivated previously on this land ever. So that's beautiful.
Wow.
And it's grown at a very high elevation of 5,200 feet. So that is some information. The first one that we're trying is called Nirvana White. So if you picture where Nepal is, it's very high elevation, like near India, right? Like above in the mountains.
Right.
So what's wonderful is a lot of times people think that, you know, Assam does just black teas and China does green teas. And in this area, you would think you'd just have more of the Darjeeling teas. Yeah. Well, we're going to have an example of a white and a couple black teas. So this is actually what I love about this white tea, if you can see it. Yep. Now imagine you're in the field.
Look at that.
And you're harvesting.
There we go.
So imagine all the hands touching this, and this is still intact. It's very brittle because it's a white tea, so it means it's truly just been left to dry. They will make sure that the moisture content has been reduced so you know it doesn't get
get moldy in the bag.
Right, yeah. But just beautiful. So just the beautiful. What do I have to do? Like so here, I'll do my YouTube. There we go.
There you go.
I'm
just rotate.
I'm such an amateur.
There you go.
So beautiful.
It's okay.
So what we do when we do a cupping, the first thing we're going to look at is the characteristics of the dry leaf.
All right.
Now,
so I'm going to take this off, guys.
They send us this evaluation sheet.
Wow.
Can't get that close, but
no, it's okay.
So anyway, the first thing that we have to do.
Do you want a pen? Or a pencil? Okay.
Because that'll just take time. So we want to make sure that we know the type of tea, where it's come, the elevation, the plucking standard. So this plucking standard looks like
plucking standard is there's a definition to that.
Right. So is it 2 leaves in a bud? Is it like for a silver needle tea with just the bud? Two leaves in a bud, 1 leaf. So there's a plucking standard. The other thing we want to do by evaluating the dry leaf is we want to smell it.
Okay.
Now, this is why when you do a cupping, you can't have germaphobes. The way to really kind of get some aroma from the dry leaf is you breathe on it, which I know that during COVID we weren't supposed to breathe.
It's okay. But we were in a pod.
Yeah. So you have to, like, you kind of breathe, you go.
Should I do this one?
Mm-hmm. And then you breathe it in. So then you say, okay, what do I smell? Well, it's very faint.
Ooh.
It's, it has like an earthy quality to it. It's absolutely exquisite. Like the leaf.
It's gentle, like a gentle earthy.
Right.
Okay.
Just beautiful.
Okay.
So we're going to steep in this, but we'll go through the other two as well. And then we'll steep all three at the same time. Otherwise, you'll be here till
You'll be here
next
forever.
week. All right.
No,
Our
that's
next
okay.
tea.
All right. Here we go.
This one, the second tea is called Everest Gold. Now, again, Nepal,
Everest
Mount
Gold.
Everest, right?
Here
So
we go.
Everest Gold.
It'll come. It'll.
Now the gold, you see the little light
There it goes.
golden bits in there? So
That's so cool.
That's indicative of the bud of the tea plant. When this is oxidized, if there's a lot of bud, just at, you know, 2 leaves in the bud always gets like a golden color to it because it doesn't turn brown because it's such a nice light leaf. This tea again is a pure organic. This plucking date, it's hand plucked. Again, being that it's organic, the bush age is 7 years. It's also the Camellia sinensis Chinese varietal. 5,200, so it's the same place. So 5,200 feet in elevation. So
above
very
sea
beautiful.
level. That is nice.
And then our final,
Everest Gold.
this is called Mist Valley.
Okay.
Now this one, when I examine the dry leaf, this
I'm sorry.
one, here, am I getting that?
No,
Am I
you
tilting?
stay there and I'll
Okay,
stay
I'll
here.
stay. Okay.
Yeah.
You can see that this leaf, when I look at it, it's still it's oxidized, but there's still like a lot of like green to the leaf. So
I see a little bit of silver.
and
So those are the buds.
those are the buds. So they
Nice.
don't fully oxidize. So let's give the Everest Gold a little dry leaf aroma.
Okay. Oopsie. Here we go.
This is how much I love tea. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it's just it's all sensory. It's all by.
Okay. And then for the
I think
Mist
this is
Valley.
sweet. Okay. Everest Gold.
So the other thing that I'm noticing in the dry leaf is that I'm not getting a very overt aroma, but I can't wait to see what happens when we put the water on it.
Oh yeah.
Because sometimes
And
these
they
whole
could
leaves,
change.
yeah. So you're getting a sweetness out of the Mist Valley.
I am. I thought I had a little bit of sweetness from the Everest Gold, but that Mist Valley is speaking to me.
That's wonderful. Now the Mist Valley, this is what I love. After the name, it has these letters, SFTGFOP1. What that means, it's a super finest tippy golden flowery orange Paco #1. What in the world did I just say? So SFTGFOP is a leaf grade. So there is some folks a long time ago who actually know what the size of the leaf should be. And what they're saying is that it's a super finest tippy. So the tippy is the bud of the tea plant. Golden, the color of the golden bud. Flowery, orange Paco. Orange Paco, so if you recall that on the bud of the tea plant, which is called the flowery orange Paco, so that's where you can get some of the apple pea stuff. Then the first leaf is called the orange Paco, OP. So whenever you see something that says OP, orange Paco means it has that leaf in it. I wish I would have worn my leaf.
Or if it just says even, it says orange Paco.
Right, and then Paco is the third leaf. So the plucking standard of 2 leaves in the bud is the flowery orange Paco, the orange Paco, and then the Paco leaf.
I'll put a picture, I promise.
Yeah, I actually have a picture in the closet I could have pulled out. But so SFTGFOP, some people might look at that and say, oh, that's going to be an amazing tea. It doesn't tell you that. It tells you a leaf grade. The only way, because they could ruin the leaf 10 ways from Sunday. Like you could wither it too hard, blow too much air on it. You could put it in the dryer and over dry it. It's still going to be an SFTGFOP leaf. It's just not going to have
the designation of
right. So don't it's a great thing to know you're getting like a very high quality plucking. It's not actually going to be indicative of the flavor. Got it. So that's why it's like, buyer beware.
It doesn't mean like you see all the alphabets and then it's like, oh, it's going to taste them. And that's like, it's in the eye of the beholder, kind of. The beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Okay.
Okay. So now we're going to put the required temperature for this tasting was 2.5 grams of tea, and then water at 195 with a steep time of 3 minutes. Okay. And they gave us thermometers.
I brought ours.
Scales.
I know. Look at, yeah.
So they like, it's just a wonderful, wonderful kit. There's really like, I'm glad I've done so many cuppings that I've got like enough sets to do a whole bunch, but they always send you a cupping set. Okay,
That's
so
great.
let me get the
All
water.
right, so you get the
we'll
water,
get going
and then
on
I
this.
will also show this. So as we're preparing, I just also want to say thank you to our consumers, our customers who answered the question, was that on Tuesday? And then also our Instagram followers. We had a great question out there, like what would you say to people who have never visited? And really, like, what brings you to TeaLula? So
I would
we've
say
gotten
buy
some.
this kettle. This kettle is amazing.
I love my kettle. I bought one, and I'm so
you know,
happy
like, because
with
when
it.
you really want to get the really light, fluffy leaves, you can just do like a circular.
It's not even.
I
like,
just ordered more of these.
Did you? Well, what I like about that kettle is the temperature control is by like 1 degree. Like it's so precise, and so I'm really having fun with it. All right, so
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
but
no,
I'm
no,
pouring
it's
and I'm
okay.
like, oh, do I love this kettle?
Right. So I should have shown that. See, this is I'm out of
So
practice.
you
I'm
have
out of
2
practice with the two cameras. So now they're in the cupping sets. Now you see this detail.
Mm-hmm.
So this will allow the pour into the bowls. So those are they're not cups like demi-tasse cups to drink out of.
Right. These are definitely the cups you use to evaluate a tea, because we're going to be like it's a very intense sensory thing. So it's the look and smell and feel of the dry leaf. It is the smell of the infusion, which is the wet leaf after the liquor's been drained off. And then it's the taste of the liquor. So all these things we evaluate when we are selecting a tea. Now, professional cuppers back like at the Calcutta Tea Auction who get samples, they cup looking for almost defects, and then for creating like the price at auction. We cup basically to see if it's wall worthy. Is it because we share it with our guests. So this particular experience is just being exposed to new teas. Okay. Like we don't carry any teas from Nepal. So it's a wonderful way to be introduced to the varieties that they do. But we always would sample a tea in this manner where we dry leaf, infused leaf, liquor, and then make a decision. And then we're going to taste these in 2 different ways. Okay, so it's taste and smell. Do you also pay attention to what it looks like in the bowl, which is like, notice they're white. Right. Is it cloudy? Is it clear? Like if you did like a Japanese sencha, because the particles are so small, it's going to look cloudy and swampy looking. When you do a first flush Darjeeling, it's going to have like clear as day, like the most pristine, clear stream. Do you ever get guests who ask like, oh, this is cloudy? Like this is only when the tea cools and it clouds when it cools. It creams, they call it, when it cools. It gets cloudy. Or they're like not sure about the green tea because it's so murky looking. Yeah, murky. And that's just the particles floating about. So it's okay. Right, but and it could be characteristic of the tea. The other thing when you look at the wet leaf, and we'll show you this, how did it infuse? And even in the dry leaf, one of the things we look for are these leaves very similar in size and shape. That's really important. Now, do not make fun of me if I don't get this spot on the first time. Okay, so you want to drain and let it sit. Good job. Drain and let it sit, and drain. There you go. And let it sit. So what's really going to be lovely about this is when you see the very different liquor colors of the tea. Now, here's the next fun part. So you drain the liquor out. Here, I'm just going to do that. Okay. And then without totally burning your hands, this is part of the evaluation process. Yeah, don't burn your hands. Don't burn your hands. Okay. But now what I want to do is put the leaf on the lid so I can evaluate what the infused leaf looks like. There you go. Oh, look at the color, you guys. Yeah, very, very so different. Nice. It's almost like we have a white, an oolong, and a black, but a little bit. But no, I think they're both black, right? Yeah, it's just hot. Okay. Oh, but I made a mistake. This is what I forgot to do. Oh, in the interest of time. So before you I'll sit back down there.
I'm
So
gonna do this.
before you,
I'm gonna remove that. Yeah.
before you tip
Tip
lid,
it over. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
go and get the smell.
Yes. Here, I'm just gonna do this. And it's really, the aroma's trapped in there.
I know. These are lovely.
Okay, you do that. Like, that's how you know it's good. It's like,
okay, and here's another rule that I just broke. Whenever you're doing a
gosh.
cupping, you never say what you taste. You have to let everybody do the entire experience before you say anything. Because if I said, oh, I smell the essence of kumquat, then you're going to say, yep, me too.
That's earthy-ish.
This one?
Yeah. Or there's something, I'll tell you what it is, what I smell in a moment, I think. Oh, this is
this is like being right back in India for me. It's like I'm in the cupping room in India.
That Miss Valley, I'm telling still. Okay, so we're 2 for 2. I liked the dry leaf and now the infused leaf. 2 for 2 over here.
Now, this is what's really lovely.
Okay.
Here, I'll do my.
Okay.
See that? 2 leaves, 1 leaf and a bud. Lovely.
I'll get the other camera on.
Now, this bud's pretty big, so I don't think that this is the most.
Look at that.
Just screw a little bit, but again, when I look at this, you have so many beautiful intact leaves, beautiful plucking on this. I mean,
it is quite beautiful.
Yeah, so that's lovely. Now, what I'm looking for in the Everest Gold. Okay, so this had a lot of the golden tips in it, but when you look at the infused leaf, you can see that it's all very uniform in size and shape.
True.
The color is uniform throughout, so that's really nice. So it was like well oxidized. You don't have some bits different colors. Now this one, and I would need to do more research, but this one, I'm seeing a little bit more green hue in the leaf compared to the Everest Gold. The SFGFOP, I'm wondering, like my clues would be, could this have been an earlier plucking? The leaf is young.
It's younger.
And so like with first flush Darjeelings, even though they're fully oxidized, they still kind of look like a green tea.
Oh,
so because of just the
how youthful
the leaf is. But again, I'm seeing some variety in color. Size and shape is good, very, very similar. So quite lovely manufacturer.
Yeah.
So
and then I guess the clue also is the color of the liquor.
Lighter.
It is lighter.
So I would actually in our cupping, I think what we'll do is we're going to switch.
This is this.
And we're going to do the
we're
going to do the Miss Valley SFTGFOP second, and then the Everest Gold.
But in their protocol, did they have it different?
Some people just do them one at a time.
Okay.
So we were just doing one at a time.
Cool.
I just think for our presentation now, you can you hold the camera over this so they can see those 3 colors?
Yep.
Look at that. Here, I'll bring them closer together for you.
Thank you.
So isn't that wonderful? Same tea estate. Same, cultivar, different manufacturer.
That's really cool.
All right, now the fun part.
Right.
I wish you were here with us.
All right.
Okay.
There we go.
Now, you normally don't double dip, but we may double dip. Oh, so here's another thing. If you
we gotta get our professional spoons back. Oh, you have yours? Mine's in my flatware drawer at home. Anyway. Because, so this was a little teaspoon that I thought, look at you. Yeah. Be professional. Okay, I'm going to go with this one.
Okay, so when I was leaning back here a little bit, I can see like floaties on the top. Do you see the floaties?
What does that mean?
That is not anything to fear. That is the little downy hairs from the bud of the tea plant that have just kind of come up. So it's lovely.
That's a great observation.
So now what we'll do is we'll slurp the 3.
Okay.
But then we'll do something else.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not saying anything. Do we say anything?
Not yet.
Okay.
Well, no, we'll evaluate this one.
Okay. One more. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're fine. Okay.
We used to do it like this when we taught classes, and people are like, "We are not redipping in the communal bowl." I'm like, "Well, don't go to India."
Two of us. Okay.
Earthy.
It's earthy. This reminds me of a pu'er.
Yes, it does. It does because it's got that earthy soil, mushroomy
compost. I mean, in a good way.
Right.
I didn't put them in
like other like Bai Mudans, I feel it's a lot more full body than like a Chinese Bai Mudan. So this particular, elevation soil of Nepal makes, and I'm wondering if they did like a slight roasting of the leaf.
You get a roasting.
I get like an earthiness.
Oh, okay, so now that it's been sitting on my palate, I have a little butteriness. There's a buttery, like kind of not an aftertaste, sort of aroma.
Very complex.
It is.
Very complex.
I like the buttery.
Okay, so now we don't want to we're out of time. We're out of time.
That's fine.
So the Mist Valley, so the middle one, we just switched the order. This is going to be the SFTGFOP1.
Okay, this is the one that was like, okay, let's see if we're 3 for 3. Yeah. Oh.
I could drink a bucket of this.
Okay.
So this to me has a lot of similarities to like a second flush Darjeeling.
Yes, I was going to say Muscatel. Oh, very cool. We're on the same track. I feel like I'm legit now.
It has a lovely astringency that's not overpowering, that's not aggressive, but still a little drying of the palate.
It is definitely astringent on the palate.
Yeah, you get that lovely dryness.
And it's a very quick finish for me.
It's a very quick finish. I love that.
Meaning, I don't have something lingering in my mouth. The first one that we tried, the Nirvana White, I had a buttery finish. Yeah, linger.
Okay, now we'll do. All right, so the next step is going to be for you, Mike. I'll tell you what to do in a minute.
Everest Gold. Here we go.
Everest Gold.
Whoa. I'll tell you why I said that.
Yeah, tell me the whoa.
It's flowery for me, more so than I expected, if that makes any sense, right? Because again, you're smelling the leaf.
What's the flower?
Dry. It's like dry, and then the infused leaf. But I just
what is the flower though?
But I don't smell like and it's not like a gross, aggressive flower.
No. No, but there's some in the aroma.
I'd have to.
Not as astringent as the Mist Valley, but because the color is deceiving, I thought it was going to be a much more full body than.
Then you.
Yeah, but now here's what's fun to do.
Okay.
So if you tried this one, go back to the first one.
Okay, so now we're going back to the lightest color.
And then go back to this one.
All right. So we're doing the two, like the lightest and the darkest.
Yeah. So we're doing the white to the black. Okay. Then go to another one. So if you go back and forth, it brings out the notes of the previous, and you taste something completely different.
What?
So you can really bring.
It's like what just happened.
So for those that do professional cuppings, this is a really great way to enhance your experience. Is if you go back and forth, because what you thought was floral, and then you taste another one that was more astringent, then you go back to the floral, like, oh yes, now I'm really getting that floral.
Well, I thought so. The earthiness that came out in the first one, which is the Nirvana White, that earthiness, and then when I went back to the, which one is that?
This is the Everest Gold, yeah.
Yeah, and my brain was a little scrambled, I gotta say.
This one, the Everest Gold, compared to the Nirvana White, seemed to get dull for me.
That would be a good
assessment.
It wasn't
like,
because, and then I don't know if it was because this was lingering still on my palate, that when I tasted the Everest Gold, like all I could taste was earthiness. So I don't know if there was like, do you ever do like a palate cleanser in between? You just go back and forth.
No,
right?
I just like just sometimes I just go back and forth just for
that is so eye-opening, Sheila.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Thank you.
So yeah, but just by looking at these three teas,
I'm going to show again.
It's wonderful.
So that was the Nirvana White, Mist Valley, and then Everest Gold.
Right. Now, if if time were of the essence, I would have been writing down notes all going along, but then I'll do it
You'll go
again and
back.
recap.
Yeah.
But for the first three,
beautiful leaf.
I have to say they're very unique compared to the Darjeelings that we've had, and even
All of
some of the
them.
high elevation Chinese teas. They're I think what I love about the whole world of tea is that depending on where it's from, the soil, the terroir, the climate, the plucking standard, the manufacturer, the season that this is organic cultivation. Sometimes if it's like organic cultivation that's been hurried, you get a very, I would say, unremarkable tea. But these stand up to any conventional manufactured tea. So very fun way.
That is so nice. Oh my gosh, cool. If you guys were interested in doing a cupping, let us know, because that would be kind of neat to bring that back as we, you know,
reopen without the smell of varnish.
Yeah, I definitely have been messing up, you know, but I've been sitting here for like a couple hours. So
no, the other day Vanessa texted me and she's like, "We had to leave. We didn't even vacuum. It's like my head's spinning." I'm like, "Just go.
It's too.
We don't want you to be. It's suffering."
So cool. If you want to see more cuppings like that, we'll just let us know.
But you know what I think we should do, Julie?
What's that?
I think if we're going to do a cupping, I think we would want to maybe share it with people. Like we would send you some samples so you could play along and taste with us. Because I know for us just sitting here tasting it, it's I mean it's great for us, not so fun for you all.
Well, we're like in the fishbowl, right?
Right.
People are like looking at us.
Right, but I think after the new tea room is up and running and we resume a lot of our tasting classes and whatnot, I think this might be a good thing to do virtually.
Yeah, or resume our regular operations. How about that?
We will one day. We will. I swear to God, we will.
Come hell or high water.
We're gonna do it. Yeah, it's
no,
fun.
You're right, and I think that goes in line with like we were talking about like a connoisseur club or like a subscription, and you guys, so many good ideas.
We always have the ideas, Julie. It's just how do we execute? No. We're trying. Well, we're executing a tea room right now.
That's right. It's a big.
We're getting that done.
Right, because first things getting this done. Like furniture will be coming.
Yeah, I just got a really good text that my table bases, which I ordered before Thanksgiving, are on their way.
Oh, Tamitra, thank you. God, we can always count on you. So
very fun.
I know, Tamitra. I think, gosh, let's do a tasting with you. I think that would be kind of fun. And Mike. Well, Mike, thank you for doing the tastings with our TeaLula tea.
I know he did what Mango got us the other day.
So thank you for
all
of those.
We're honored by that.
It's so
as long as you said it was great.
You know what? Drop a review.
You know what, though?
Drop a review.
You know what? We want to know what it is that you like, because everybody likes something different. If I did a tasting of like a floral whatever, I'm going to be like, yeah, it's not my cup.
Mint. You don't like mint. Oh. I would never do if you like the Shamrock Shake, then you'll like this. I would never do that with you because
I just don't know what it is.
You would just not
I don't like mint. Like, I like a wintergreen Lifesaver, but I don't like mint on anything.
Technical, we understand that probably more than anybody. It's in.
People waving to us, so cute.
I love it. Oh gosh, Mike, I feel you. I really do.
What did Mike say?
He had some technical issues.
We
feel
you. If anyone's on the interwebs, you're going to have some technical issues,
right? I know. I know.
Well, I thought this was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
It's the first time that I've actually have done a cupping of teas from Nepal, so I was glad to be able to share that with you and with everyone. It's just always wonderful to discover new teas and from new places and how they do it and how it tastes and how it's just wonderful.
It is. I see. Like, do you have a 2-ounce bag?
They gave you a lot.
Well, you know, I mean, maybe to make sure, maybe I can.
That's like 50 grams.
We can send a little satchel.
Well, we can do it. Yeah, if you're interested.
Because they stayed with us the whole time.
The whole time. And I think that we have
1,
2, 3, 4. I think I have 6 more to do.
Okay. Well, we'll come back.
We'll come back. We'll give you
some more
synopsis.
All right.
Good chat, Julie.
Guys.
I have to cheer you with
I know. We'll cheer you with this one. All right.
Good chat.
Good chat, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.
Oh, my God.